In Norwich, the cost of renting is soaring. Hundreds live in unfit housing and people are being forced out of their city. But by coming together as a collective, we can do something about it. This is our story, how Norwich Renters Collective took on a private development and turned it into a promise of 50% of social housing, and how you can help us to continue the fight.
In 2022, we came together as a group of renters and decided that we had to act. We spoke to our friends, our family, neighbours and strangers, and we identified the main issue impacting renters in Norwich was the sheer cost of housing. People wanted more homes that they could actually afford to live in.
And we discovered that the latest round of proposals for Anglia Square, an old shopping centre in the north of the city, were likely to allow a private developer to disregard Norwich City Council's policy on social and affordable housing. The proposal included less than 10% of affordable housing, when 3 years earlier in 2019, Norwich City Council introduced a policy which stated that large developments needed to be at least 33% affordable and social housing.
Social housing is the only truly affordable housing because it's linked to local incomes. Other so-called affordable homes are tied to market rents or require people to have savings for a deposit. Our goal was clear: get the council to enforce their own policy so that 33% of the homes in the development are social and affordable.
We went to the planning committee with three demands. Firstly, that they reject the current planning application for Anglia Square. Secondly, that they ensure all future planning applications meet their own 33% policy. And finally, that the council stand with renters and prioritise truly affordable social housing in Norwich for the future.
We threw ourselves into action to get as many people as possible involved in the campaign. Hundreds of people emailed their councillors, and by April 2023, we handed in a petition to the planning committee with over 1,000 Norwich residents' signatures, calling for the Anglia Square plan to be scrapped and to prioritise truly affordable housing.
At Planning Committee, we spoke up against the shameful 10% so-called affordable housing on offer in the proposal. However, despite our best efforts, the Planning Committee still voted it through with the immortal line of 10% of something is still better than 33% of nothing.
We were disappointed, but we knew we had to put social housing back at the top of the local agenda. Councillors were starting to question why more wasn't being done for social housing in the development. Knocked back, but not off our feet, we were more determined than ever to mobilise and challenge the next step of the process, the Community Infrastructure Levy exemption request.
The Community Infrastructure Levy, or CIL, is a planning charge which local authorities can apply to new developments. This helps the local authority to raise funds to pay for things like new schools, GPs, new roads and bus routes, parks, any and all of the things that you could think of to help a community thrive.
Western Homes, the multi-million-pound private property developer who had already managed to get out of building any social homes, then applied for an exemption, which would see them avoid paying millions of pounds worth of tax to go towards the local community. Norwich City Council then tried to rush through a meeting to vote on the exemption, giving only 1 week's notice and announcing that this meeting would be closed to the public.
We didn't let that stop us. 1,500 people signed a petition, and we went on BBC Radio Norfolk to get our message spread as far as we could. Developers should pay their share. As a result, the council were forced to backtrack and the meeting became open to the public, where we were able to ask the council our question: why were they allowing developers to shirk their responsibility to the local community?
Outrageously, the council approved the exemption, but not without repercussions. Labour lost control of Norwich City Council as 4 councillors resigned over the vote, clearly demonstrating the impact of our voice and our cause. Then, surprisingly, Western Homes dropped out of the development in early 2024. We saw a new opportunity.
The council bent over backwards to appease the developers, but now they had a chance to build something that the city could be truly proud of. We worked with councillors to lobby for a new approach, to attempt to purchase the land and recommit to their affordable housing policy.
Right, we're here at Anglia Square with City Council leader Mike Stoddard. You've got some news for us, haven't you, Mike?
I have, yes. Well, as you may know, this place has been decaying for up to 30 years, and we want to regenerate it. And so what we've done is the late council has bought it so that we can regenerate it and develop it for local people.
What?
That's great. We bought it. It's ours. 1,100 units of housing, 50% at least affordable housing. That's really good news for people on the housing waiting list locally. I'm really excited at what we're able to do. Can't wait to get on and do it.
We thought this was such a brilliant forward-thinking plan that we held Norwich City Council a party at Anglia Square to celebrate both its rich history and its bright future as a social housing development. Now we need to work together to keep up the pressure and make sure that the City Council make good on their promises.
Through perseverance and collective action, we're putting our right to a safe, secure and genuinely affordable place to call home to the top of the local agenda. When we come together, we're a force to be reckoned with, and we can win. We're Norwich Renters Collective, a group for anybody and everybody who rents in Norwich, who's had enough of an unfit and unfair housing system. Join our campaign today, and together let's build a renting revolution.